And then I remembered Cynthia. Cynthia is a mannequin that I found in a bush a few years ago. She's missing her arms and is a bit beaten up. There's some tape covering a couple holes. Her feet are broken. She's not in the best shape. But nonetheless, she's been living in my house for the last few years, just placed upon things. Most recently, she was on top of my fridge, and she's been wearing this pink BDSM gimp mask for the last few years. It was part of a photo shoot. I don't know what else to say about that. But I realized how that would be perfect. I took her down to the beach at Mount Doug Park in the late afternoon. There were people around. They were confused. All I said was art school's weird. That was enough to make people laugh and not question too much. But I placed her there in the ocean, and I thought, how perfect is this? You know, she looks just kind of seemingly washed up and discarded, forgotten, trash, and I took photos of her. But I decided to, for another photo, have her torso standing up, so it's kind of eerie and seems more alive. I wanted to use these images to for me, I was thinking about like humanity's impending doom. I was thinking about how our current ways are going to be our inevitable downfall. Capitalism and consumerism is incredibly toxic, and what a better way to represent that by plastic in a human form, discarded on the ocean. When we're all gone and there's nothing left, plastics are going to be the relics that we leave behind. They're not going to break down like our bodies will, and natural substances will. And so I thought that by incorporating the mask, that would carry a more powerful message. Because BDSM often carries taboos of sin, of greed, lust, pride, concupiscence. Sins are something we're supposed to be shameful of. BDSM is, something that people feel guilty of and are seen as bad. And those are also ways we could use to describe our current predominant world culture. Our lust and greed for excess and just our wastefulness and our lack of consideration for nature, for even for the future generations of our own species, let alone anybody else. We don't even care about ourselves or our offspring. So I wanted to have that juxtaposition of nature and beauty and serenity, which is something seen as sacred and holy, with something that was, literally plastic human garbage in the shape of a human, but with the BDSM mask representing something that's sinful and shameful. And I thought that by having just the two images, one of the legs just completely disconnected, that image really seemed powerful to me, like a dead body, something like that, something powerful and dark. And then I thought that by having the other photo with her upright gave it a more like alive aspect to it as well. So yeah, working on this project was really interesting for me just because I had so many different ideas about it. I really didn't know which direction to go. I am happy where I ended up. I think that it's something that I could talk about with somebody for a while. And I have a lot of opinions on this. My art seems to often take a darker look at humanity and how we are, how we truly are. So yeah, I was happy to get to experience this.